Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fpl Yathu, our fantasy Premier League talk show, whereby we give you different tips, analysis, and tactics to better your game in FPL. And today we're going into Game Week 38. Game Week 38 is our last game week for the season, meaning Woody, this is our last match this season. Okay, so before we get into details, first of all, I want to congratulate Arsenal Football Club for winning the Premier League after 22 years. I mean, this we saw this coming in the previous three seasons with the good performances Arsenal has been giving us. So they won the league on Wednesday after. No, they won the league on Tuesday after Man City failed to beat Bournemouth after the game ended 1-1. Arsenal won the league with now I think they have a 4 points gap. If they win their next match, they might maybe win it with a bigger gap depending on Manchester City's result. So that's that on the Premier League. And another congratulations also goes to Aston Villa for winning the UEFA Europa League for the first time in their history. This is a good achievement. Now I think they have like three titles. So that's on the trophies won by teams, and besides that, Man City are the FA Cup winners and the Carabao Cup winners. So now we wait for the Conference League winners and the UEFA Champions League winners. So saying this, this is the last game week we're fighting to get points for, and as you can see in our league, number one is Club Chumpiti, and number two is Maximo Quadio. These two guys are fighting for the first place position. So we're going to see who's going to win it, and we'll come back to you on our last episode of FPL in our first season. We're going to come back and tell you who won the thing. Don't forget, number one is going to get 100,000 Malay kwacha and the jersey of their favorite team, and number two is going to get 35,000 kwacha. Number three walks away with nothing, like the way 4 and 5 do. So diving into this game week, which players should we get? Today we got analysis from our pundits, our experts from our FPL Yathu group, and the names they gave me, guys, were just attackers. So I asked them, why should we just get attackers? So they said, last day defenders, last day attackers like scoring goals. So I was like, all right. So we built we built players you should buy based on what? Based on attackers. And another thing they said, we should avoid Arsenal and Manchester City players because they really don't have anything to fight for because they've already won the league, qualified for Champions League. And despite that, also avoid Crystal Palace because they said they're preparing for the Conference League final. So those are the players from teams you should avoid. Okay, but nevertheless, let's give you the attackers to get in the final game week. The first attacker you should get in the final game week is Richarlison. Richarlison almost bagged a brace in the last game versus Chelsea. He's really in hot form and he is trying his best to keep the Spurs in the Premier League. So Richarlison is the first pick. The other pick we had was Anthony from Burnley, the striker. Um, with the performances he's been giving us, it really looks like he wants to score on the last day so that by the time Burnley is being relegated, maybe he might find a new Premier League club. Apart from Anthony, we have Darren Boyne. Darren Boyne has been brilliant this whole season. It's just that his teammates have been in poor form. They haven't been carrying him. But then Darren Boyne, if we talk about DEFCON, if we talk about assists, if we talk about goals, he's the guy you should go for. And on the last day, people are saying he's going to score. He's been backed up. Another player is Igor Thiago. Igor Thiago is a player that you can get in your attack. The reason I'm telling you guys to get Igor Thiago is, first of all, his mood is out. He wants to be a starter for Brazil. As we know, he's been called up for Brazil national team, and he wants to prove that point that, yes, I'm the guy who is going to help Brazil win the World Cup. And going on, we have another attacker, Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres has won the league, and I believe he would want to score for fun just to keep his goals up. So Victor Gyökeres is one guy, fully confident, and this second half of the season performance has been brilliant compared to the first half of the season. So it seems as if the guy is now used to Premier League football. So yeah, Yoko is one guy you should get. Bruno Fernandes is another player you can get. He wants to break the record of assists, so I believe on the last day he's going to try his best to get a goal, to get an assist, whatever. So Bruno Fernandes is another good player to get. And the last player that you should get is Krupi Jr. Krupi Jr. has been in good performance this season. He wants to help Bournemouth qualify for Champions League. And if Bournemouth win their last game, Krupi Jr. Uh, might end up qualifying for the Champions League if if Aston Villa finishes number 5. That is. So these are the attackers I was told to tell you to get um in your your transfer targets to get in your final game week 38. Who do we captain in game week 38? My first captain choice in game week 38 is none other than Bruno Fernandes. He wants to break the assist record, and besides breaking the assist record, he wants to uh he wants to score on the last day. He wants to get points in general. So Bruno Fernandes is my first pick for the final game week, and he's going against Brighton. So I know Brighton has been keeping clean sheets, but then I think they'll concede in this match. Another player you can captain going into game week 38 is Anthony. This is my pick. I feel like Anthony wants to prove a point, wants to attract many Premier League clubs to sign him before they get relegated. So Anthony is one striker from Burnley that I'm giving armband. I know it's a funny pick, but then yes. And my last pick is Richarlison. Um, the expert who is number one, the owner of Club Chombeti, says we should captain Richarlison, and I'm also backing up that point because he almost backed the brace, like I said, and he's in hot form now. Um, yeah, he's in hot form. He wants to save his team from relegation. So Richarlison is another guy that I can back with the armband going into game week 38. Okay, that being said, which team do we pick in game week 38? We have to pick a team of stars in game week 38. So which team do we pick? So this is our FPL Yathu team pick, and most players are coming from the team that people already chose. So today I'm also going to give you another good team that I think is going to score us a lot of points. So as you know, I'm saying that we're dwelling too much on attackers, so not to waste so much time. Our person in goals is going to be Lamens from Manchester United. I just think that he's going to want to keep a clean sheet on the last day. Manchester United will want to win on the last day, so Lamens will be the guy I'm backing up in goals. In defense, uh, my first defender in defense is none other than Senesi. Um, I think Senesi is going to want to keep a clean sheet on the last day to attract other big sides too. Because I have a feeling that Senesi wants to leave, and with what's happening at Bournemouth, guys just leaving. I think Senesi is one guy you can back up um, in your defense to keep a clean sheet. So apart from having Senesi in our defense, I'm also going to go for Tarkowski, Everton. Everton also look like they're going to keep a clean sheet on their last match. I back up Tarkowski, and looking at his performances in the past games, Tarkowski is that guy that you can trust. Apart from Tarkowski, we're going to get Moise Kean. Yes, I've looked too much at Newcastle players, and at Everton players, and I think last game Everton players are going to looking at defenders especially. So Moise Kean is another pick from the defenders. Moving into the midfield, I'm going to go with a 3-5-2. So three defenders, five midfielders. My first midfielder is going to be none other than uh, Bruno Fernandes. Oh wait, going back on defense. If we're not going to pick Moise Kean, we're going to pick Louis Kelly. So I think you can replace Moise Kean or either Tarkowski with Louis Kelly. But for the defense, I'm going to go with Louis Kelly. I'm going to go with Tarkowski, and Senesi. So we're talking about midfield. My first midfielder is going to be Bruno Fernandes. The guy has been in hot form. I can't sugarcoat his season. He's had a brilliant season. So first defender is Bruno Fernandes. First midfielder is Bruno Fernandes. Second midfielder is none other than Enzo Fernandez. He's been in hot form and going to the end of the season, back to goal and an assist in his last game. He's trying to prove a point for Jabi Alonso to be picking him. So Enzo Fernandez is another pick that I'm going to choose going this game week. Another pick is Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes being that he's been on injury, but then he's the guy who usually carries Newcastle. So I just think that going into the World Cup, he wants to go with a goal or an assist. So Bruno Fernandes is another player that I'm backing in to score a goal. Another player that is going to be in the midfield is Gibbs White. Gibbs White has had a nice season. They've managed to battle relegation, and the team is now out of relegation. So Gibbs White is one player that I'm backing in. I'm backing from the from the Nottingham Forest to give us points and you know uh, yeah, and those goals on the last day. And the last midfield I'm going to pick is Shad. Shad, Brentford goes against Liverpool, and these guys I know they want European football so bad. So that game against Liverpool is really going to be a tough game. But then Shade, I think, is going to give an assist or score a goal. Going into strikes, who is going to be our striker? My first option for strikes is going to be none other than Darren Bowen. Darren Bowen has had a brilliant season besides his team fighting for relegation, but Darren Bowen has had a brilliant season. So Darren Bowen is going to be my first striker to back up. My second striker to back up this week is going to be Richarlison. Richarlison is the guy who is going to have the armband. I'm going to play triple captain on him because that's the last chip I have. So Richarlison is going to be my striker. So saying that, that's the team of Game Week 38, the team we've picked for you. So this is the last game, guys. If you have any chips, use them. If you have two chips, you can only use one. That means the other chip will expire. Okay. Um, that being said, I just want to thank everyone who took part this season in Fpl Yathu. It was really a good thing interacting with different Malawians who play Fantasy Premier League, and we've known many people. And besides knowing many people, the community is really growing. Another thing, as it stands right now, Malawi's highest current standing is number 84. And the team that's number 84 no, in okay, let's say this. In Malawi, number one is Cream de la Cream. This team is number one in Malawi with I think 242 points. No, 2,420 something points. And Cream de la Cream overall ranking is number 84, which shows that at least Malawi, we've pushed a bit because we're now in the top 100. And guys, it's not easy to be in the top 100. Okay, Malawi is in the top 100 this season, and Team Cream de la Cream is leading. So wherever you are, the owner of Team of Cream de la Cream, congratulations. You've put Malawi, you've set the bar high, you've put Malawi up, and I believe that you're going to win the Malawi League because you're first with I think 100-point gap. Yeah, so that's that on the highest in FPL to Malawi. And next year, I hope next year, top 10 is going to be all Malawians with the fire tactics analysis we're going to be giving you in the coming year. All right, so that's all we had for you on FPL 2. Next week, we're going to come with the winners, the winner of first place, second place, and we're going to give you the top three. Besides giving you the top three, we've said that highest in game week 38 receives money. So if you're in the group, I mean, this thing is only for the group. If you're not on a group and you've taken part in this challenge, um, you won't gain anything. If you're number one and you're not in the group, we'll give it to the guy in second place. That's if the guy is also in the group. So that's all we had for you today at FPL Yathu. Thank you for being with me. You're with me, your host is Waiting Zande, and see you in our next episode of Fpl Yathu. In our last episode, that is of Fpl Yathu.